yes, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
Hey GlamFam, Linwood here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a wig making tutorial for my bestie, Melina, aka Menaree. If you haven't seen her channel, make sure to check it out. I'll link it in the description box below, as well as in the eye in the top right corner. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making her a wig, and of course you guys know I've got several wig making tutorials, and Melina's always like in the comments, she says little stuff like, you know, I'm gonna need me a long luxurious wig one of these days. So I said, you know what, all these hair companies have been reaching out to try to get featured, so I said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make a wig for the bestie, and I'm gonna show you guys some different techniques on how to get those knots and things light enough for fairer skin tones, because I know a lot of times people feel like if you are not a certain complexion that a lot of times these wigs don't work as well for you, and that is not the truth. So today's hair was provided by UNice Hair, and it says UNice for your nice, and slight grammatical error, but you know, we'll accept it anyway. It came of course with some lashes in there, which no one wants. It also came with 4 bundles of 18-inch Brazilian body wave, as well as a closure, which is also 18 inches in the Brazilian body wave. But the thing that impressed me most about this closure is that this is an incredibly dense closure. This thing feels like a pillow, okay? It is really thick, which I don't know if you guys will be able to see it from underneath, but basically like they've done to where like the knots are significantly smaller sizes here. So I can tell they use a smaller needle to actually do the knots around the front of it, where it's like about 1/2 inch back you get into thicker knots, and it's a really thick closure, which is nice because if you guys have ever purchased certain closures, I know you've probably seen people where it's like your closure is going bald and now you have nothing to cover your natural bald spot. You know the people. So to me, the fact that it comes a bit more dense means that you can wear it a lot longer and not have to worry about your closure shedding or having to replace it, things like that, which is definitely a plus. This hair does feel nice, and I'm really impressed so far. So I'm gonna show you guys how to bleach the knots on this closure. You're gonna have to leave the bleach under a little bit longer, just to make sure that you get it a light enough tone, and then from there we'll get into all of the rest of the nitty gritty. Stay tuned, you guys. All right, Glam Fam, so we're going to just put a scoop of lightener. We're going to put 1.5 parts of developer in here. Give it a good stir. This is the Schwarzkopf Blonde Me, by the way. You want it to be rather thick, and when it is, you're good to go. We're going to place down a foil, lay our closure upside down on it, and we're going to begin by placing this lightener directly onto the closure. Use a light hand because you don't want it to push through the lace too far. So I know it looks like I'm doing it pretty firm. It's actually not near as firm as it looks. You just have to use a little bit more pressure when the lightener is this thick. So if your lightener is thin, really use a light hand, okay? We're going to do that until the entire closure is covered, and then flip it over, lay it flat on the foil so that way it can incubate and keep it moist. Now, if you'll notice, some of the grid and the knots are still visible from the top. So I'm going to take a rat tail comb with a metal pin tip on it, and we're going to go ahead and smooth out some of this hair and just lightly cause it to come above the lace onto the knot. So just lightly tap, and then part off and continue that all throughout the top. And this is just going to allow some lightener to get on the top of the knots as well. Don't get too heavy-handed with this because it will swell as it processes. Alright, now from there I've got my mannequin head here, and I have my wig cap. And the first thing that you'll want to do with this is you're going to take your wig cap and turn it inside out. Now I know a lot of people always ask me about this because the seams are on the inside, so it seems like, why would you do that? The reason why I'm doing that is because if I sew it the way that it's made, my elastic straps here for adjustment will be sewn over. So I want to flip it on the inside, and that way even after all the tracks are attached, you can still make adjustments to tighten it up if need be, and then we can stitch those exactly where we need them to be afterwards, just to ensure that everything is nice and secure. Alright guys, now because I'm extra and I want Melina to look like a drag queen, I'm going to basically, on these first two bundles, I'm going to double up the hair. So instead of just sewing it as one track, I'm actually going to sew two right onto this cap. Now I will say this is very flexible, so it'll be excellent for the fold over method. And we're just going to begin by, and let me zoom in some here for you. All up in your business. Okay, so we're going to begin by kind of taking this and attaching it right on through the weft, like so. And once we've done so, I can just kind of take it and begin to attach it to the cap, as you guys are seeing here. Now, I want to, especially because this is the end, I want to reinforce this as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it all the way up until I just got that loop there. We're going to pull it through, and then from there, you see how I've got like a little bit of lag on one side. I'm just going to find which thread it is, and we're going to pull that tighter. Now, instead of just jumping right into stitching, we're going to begin by stitching a couple times in that spot. And what that's going to do is help secure the corner of that weft, and that way it's not trying to come loose on you later and have her with a rat tail in her wig, because that's not cute. Alright, so once I've done that, from there I'm going to go ahead and begin to stitch all the way across, which you guys have seen me do a million times, so I'm not going to show the whole process. And then at the end I'll do the flip over method, and we'll just work our way up the head until we finish with this closure, or this bundle, and I'll do the second bundle the same way. From there I'll single it out. So as I stated in the last clip, we're just going to go ahead and stitch all the way across the back, and we'll continue this process all the way up throughout the head until I finish out with this bundle. Once I finish with the lightning process, this is what those knots are looking like on there. Nice and translucent looking, fantastic. Then we're going to go ahead and place that onto the cap. I'm doing it off to the right instead of the center because she wears her hair parted on her left side. And then we're going to pin it in place and secure it in the back as well, and then we'll stitch it into place. This is just going to help hold it in place, so that way we can kind of go through the rest of our construction really well and be able to see exactly where tracks need to lay. From there, we're going to go ahead and stitch around the closure, and then we'll continue with constructing the wig. And then we're going to tweeze the hairline some, not much. Okay, you guys, so Menaree tends to wear her hair parted on her left side, flowing towards the right. So I'm going to go ahead and section out this hair. And what I want to do is just encourage the hair along this part line to lay down on this side. So I've got my curling wand here. This one, by the way, is made by Babyliss or Babyliss. I honestly don't know how to pronounce it, despite the fact that I've been a professional stylist for literally years. But I do know they are a good brand. They're effective, and you guys can see how well that instantly laid that section. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this side down. Now on this side here, I kind of want to create a bit of an up and back flow. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the iron right across the front here, just to encourage this hair to kind of flow back and away from the face. So you guys can kind of see that there, and look at the instant lift that it gives. And from there, I'm gonna grab my curling wand and curl it away from the face. Now everything that's gonna go away from the face, which means that they're gonna meet somewhere in the middle. Now I will say, with the cones that taper down like this, you're gonna have a little bit more of a difficulty with keeping the ends on the barrel, so you might find that it works better for you to do it upwards like this. Just whatever floats your boat is totally fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll leave that alone and let it cool. Now of course, let me see what temperature I have this on. It's set on a shade beneath hail. So basically this is just so that way I can go ahead and get this curl. If you're doing this on your actual hair, make sure that you're using a heat setting that's most conducive to your hair staying healthy. So if you have finer hair, you're going to want to go with a lower temperature. For a normal coarseness of the hair, you want to go with about a medium temperature. And for extremely coarse hair, go to medium high instead of going straight to high, because high is excessive and 450 degrees is ridiculous for some of anybody and some of anybody's weave. So calm it down, boo. Alright, you guys, so when you're looking to create extra body up top, instead of holding your iron downward like this and rolling away from the face, you'll want to go ahead and bring this hair up. So I'm actually just going to kind of toss this hair forward. It's not like it's in anyone's face. But we're going to toss this hair forward, and from there, I'm going to go ahead and take my curling wand, placing it down at the scalp. Now, the curling wand has like these little nibs here that are honestly for resting it on things so you don't burn stuff. But it can also serve as a great rest for when you're working on it. And that way it helps to build body. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up and out. Now the fact that this hair is coming up and around versus down and around allows you to build height at the top of the head. So instead of having a flatness, it helps to give us some lift right here in the crown. To finish off this unit, we're just going to go ahead and go through it with our fingers real lightly. Just give it a good finger tussle. And then from there, we are good to go. And we will toss it on Melina. Okay, Glam Fam, so I'm here with the terrorist Bestie, Melina, aka Menaree, aka Melanoshka, aka...
I'm about to be Melanoshka once I put this on. You're going to see me turn into somebody else, watch.
I'm not sure how... Her head is massive, so we're going to have to figure some stuff out.
I got a big head.
I'm going to start off by just trying to see if we can, you know, like...
Contain the wildness.
And then we'll see if we need to take it down. So oh, Jesus, my kneecap blood. Okay, so it's so big, the wig cap isn't even... Look.
You pulled my soul out.
We're just gonna... I see the vanilla girls do this all the time on their wig tutorials where they just like toss all their hair messily up underneath it. So
messily is the key word.
Because you're pretty much vanilla, so...
Wow.
If you guys could only see like the mess that this room is.
It's like, yeah, like an obstacle course to get over to the chair.
Yes, between all of the extra lights and the mess and the, like there's like hair everywhere.
Yes, it's, yeah.
It's like tracks and bundles all over the place.
You can tell like which video he did, like by the piles of stuff that's left. Why are your fingers so cold?
Wow. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to go ahead and pop it on, do it by the band first. I did sew a band in here, you guys. I didn't show you that, sorry. And then I trimmed off the lace. I didn't show you that, sorry. But if you've been watching the videos any amount of time, you kind of already know what the deal is with the lace. So the band, we'll do a tutorial at some point.
Okay, so I just pull it. I've never wore a wig before.
So basically, what you're going to do is toss this on the forehead, put the band on, and then we'll pull the back of the wig over. Look at you trying to handle it like a pro. I was like Elvira, hold on. Let's see here. Where's it? Oh, here we go. Okay. And we're going to pull this down, which I need to install a comb or something in there, but Melina is so bald-headed that I got to figure out where the comb would be.
Yeah, because I ain't got no hair on the sides.
And let's pull this back to where your hair would actually be. Okay. All right, hold on. Oh, she's turned into Miss Steal Your Man. And you know, I think actually pulling it back a little ways, this actually matches with your skin tone really well already.
Does it?
I don't think it's even going to need a ton of makeup and stuff. So hold on, like lean forward. Let me see if I can zoom in. And like, look at that, you guys. No glue, no foundation, nothing. Like, that's amazing. Yes. Ah.
I love how you encourage my foolery.
Oh my gosh, you look like a grown-up Xavier right now.
I know, don't I? With this hair, when she had long hair. Ooh.
So, yeah. So, you know, I was going to be like, okay, it got to be glued and all that. But honestly, this blends so well. I feel like she could toss it on just like it is. Like I gave you guys the up-close shot and all that. So,
easy.
If for some reason it was not working because the knots haven't been bleached enough and all that, you can use a powder foundation, which this one is hers. Don't ask me what this is in the description box. Use your shade, okay? Your shade.
Yeah.
Or you will get shade. But let us know down below what color you think we should do this unit to customize it for her. Do you think we should do it in blue? Do you think that we should do it in some other color? Should we do pink?
No pink.
What do you think of it? Like, you know.
I think it's pretty. I haven't had this much hair since before I had children. Yeah, like
Which
literally
was like 80 years ago.
80 years ago. It's real pretty. It's real soft. It's not heavy. You'd think with all this hair it'd be real heavy, but it's not real heavy at all. It doesn't feel bulky. It's nice.
Yeah, it's just nice and full.
I'm gonna have to borrow this so I can go home to my husband.
Well, pin it to win it.
Ooh, yes, very pretty.
So, of course, child, move over, dang. Anyway, so, like I have been said before, if you like this video, like it. If you've watched to this point in the video, clearly you like us. If you're not subscribed, you should be. So go ahead and subscribe and turn on the post notifications button because you want to know everything that I do with my entire life. And make sure that you guys check out Melina's channel. It's Menaree on YouTube. I'll link it in the end cards. In the top right corner. It's over there.
It's over here.
Over in the top right corner. The description box. I'll try to remember to put it in the comments. I'll
Everywhere.
send it in a letter to your house.
Yes, if you need us to send it by pigeon carrier.
Yes, I'll find a pigeon. I mean, we'll see what we can do. It might be a homeless person, but you know, I'll have him dressed like a pigeon. Whatever we can make happen.
With you.
Just for you. So until next time, you guys, take care. God bless. Stay glam. And you know we love you, boo. And we'll be waiting for your thoughts on this color. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
I really like this length and the color on you, honestly. Look, when I permanently retire and die.
I'll bring it back in the morning.
See?
Okay.
When I permanently retire or die, you know, whichever comes first, you could totally, like, you know, go to this hair color with no problems.
And yeah, wear a wig so, you know, 'cause I'm gonna be bald under.